Good morning, everyone. Uh, First, we are going to start with whatever we have, means we are going to recall whatever we have done in a previous class. So, in a previous class, we have taken the topic vulnerable groups. So, in that, we have read that the social groups most vulnerable to poverty are scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Then in the same topic, we have seen that among the economic groups, the most vulnerable to poverty are rural agricultural household and urban casual labor household, means those who are not having the permanent job. Then uh, women, elderly people, and female infants are denied equal access. Denied equal access means are not given access to resources available to the family, and therefore they are the poorest of the poor. So in this we have seen that who are the poorest of the poor, who are seemed to be the poorest of the poor: women, elderly people, and female infants, means the girls are not given the equal opportunities, equal facilities of the resources available in the family, and therefore they are considered as poorest of poor. Then next we have seen about that the states of India, uh, Odisha and Bihar continue to be the two poorest state with poverty ratio of 47 and 43% respectively. That means the poverty ratio is 47 in Odisha and 43 in Bihar. Next, there has been a significant decline also in the poverty, and that is in which state? In Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, and West Bengal. So these are the states where we have seen the significant decline, the decrease in the poverty ratio. And this poverty ratio, how it has been reduced in these countries, these states, means Kerala has focused more on human resource development. And how this human resource development can be made? Through providing education and proper healthcare facilities. So these human resource development can be made. So Kerala has focused more on human resource development. And in West Bengal, land reform measures have helped in reducing poverty. So these two states, in these two states, poverty has been reduced due to these reasons. Now the poverty reduced in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu also. So Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, distribution of food grains could have been responsible for reducing the poverty. That means the whatever cultivation is done there in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, the food grains are distributed equally to each and everyone. That is why it has been reduced in the poverty ratio. Then next we have seen that China and Southeast Asian countries also, they are able to control poverty. Then poverty declined substantially in China and Southeast Asia countries also. And as a result of rapid economic growth and massive investment and again human resource development, the poverty ratio has declined in China and Southeast Asian countries also. So this all we have read in a previous class. Today we are going to start with the new topic, causes of poverty. Page number 38, causes of poverty. Next. Okay, there were number of causes for the poverty. Now, after seeing the ratios of poverty, how much where in which state it is rise, means poverty is remaining the same, which state it is declining, the ratio is declining. After seeing all these, now we come across the causes of poverty. What are the main causes? What are the main reasons for the poverty? There are a number of causes for the widespread poverty in India. One of the historical reason is the low level of economic development under the British colonial administration. Now, this is the first main cause of poverty. The first main cause of poverty is colonial rule. That is, the economic development under the colonial rule, under the Britishers, was very at low level. So the policies of the colonial government ruined traditional handicrafts and discouraged development of industries like textile. Now, when the Britishers were ruling here in India, they had control over all the administration, all the trade and all. So this colonial government, this British government has ruined means had totally destroyed, or we can say disintegrated, the traditional handicrafts. Whatever traditional handicrafts were there in India, the local people were doing, means making the cotton clothes and all, that has been ruined by the colonial government. And they have also discouraged development of industries like textiles. So this was the main reason for the cause of poverty, as the means local handicrafts, that is traditional handicrafts, were being discouraged by the development of industries and all, means by the Britishers. And that is why it was the main cause from the beginning only, when we were under the Britishers. Then next, the low rate of the growth persists until the 1980s. That means 1980s, it remained the same. The low rate of economic development in India, it continued to be the remain same. Now this resulted in less job opportunities and low growth rate of incomes. And due to this disintegration of traditional handicrafts, there was less job opportunities for the people. No, means people could not fetch for the good jobs because of the disintegration of the handicrafts. Then this was accompanied by the high growth rate of the population. And on one hand, we see that the traditional handicrafts were discouraged or were totally destroyed by the British government, and they were not able to find good jobs afterwards. Second main reason for this was that the high growth rate of the population. This is the second main cause of poverty, that high growth rate of population was there. The two combined to make the growth rate of per capita income very low. That means per capita income, it becomes very less for the individual, how much income he is getting and how much consumption he has to make. So this growth rate of population and the colonial rule both has affected as and resulted in the cause of poverty. Then the failure of both the fronts. Next, we see that the failure of both the fronts, that is the traditional handicrafts and promotion of economic growth and the population control, perpetuated the cycle of poverty. Perpetuated the cycle of poverty means, due to this promotion of economic growth and less control on the population, this had continued, or we can say that the cycle of poverty was means keep going, and it was not able to stop this cycle of poverty. So these two reasons understood. Now next, with the spread of irrigation and green revolution, many job opportunities were created in agricultural sector. Now as green revolution occurred, and the spread of irrigation, new technology, scientific development was done, so many job opportunities were created in the agricultural sector. But the effects were limited to some parts of India only. But the effects, but importance of this green revolution and irrigation facilities were limited to some parts of India. The industries, both in the public and private sector, did provide some jobs. Means the industries provide few jobs only to the few individuals, but these were not enough to absorb all job seekers. Now the first we have seen the colonial rule. Second, we have seen that low growth rate, sorry, high growth rate of population. Third, we have seen that low rate of economic development was there. Now fourth main cause is the employment. Main reason is the employment, that people were now unemployed. They were not getting proper jobs. Due to now there was green revolution, many industries came up, but this was limited to just small areas, means limited areas, limited states. And that is why the job seekers were more. Job seekers means the people who were in need of jobs were more. So this is the fourth reason, unemployment. Unemployment is the fourth cause of the poverty. Unable to find proper jobs in cities, many people uh, many people started working as rickshaw pullers, vendors, constructional workers, domestic servants, etc. Now, this was the other activities people had to go with to earn their livelihood. Means they were not getting proper jobs in industries and all, because it was not very difficult to find the jobs for each and everyone in the factories and industries. So few people only got the jobs in the factories and industries. Rest, those who were not able, those who were not able to find the jobs, they were unemployed and they had to earn their livelihood anyhow. So they started working as rickshaw pullers, vendors, constructional workers, domestic servants, etc. Now, with irregular small incomes, these people could not afford expensive houses. Now, these people had to live then in the slum areas and all, because of the irregular and that too very little income. The income was there, but it was not permanent. When they get the job, then only they get the money income, and that too in the small quantity, little quantity, and that is why it was very difficult for them to have the house facility. So they started living in slums on the outskirts of the city. They started living in the slums. Slums is the filthy areas where the means they live in huts and all, in temporary houses, and in the outskirts of the cities, means far from the cities areas. They had to live over there in temporary household. And the problems of poverty, largely the rural phenomena, also become a feature of urban sector. And that is why this they started living in the slums on the power outskirts of the city. And this problem of poverty, largely a rural phenomena, also become the feature of urban sector. Now, this not only remained, this poverty did not remain till rural areas only, was not limited to rural areas only, in villages only, but it was taken to urban areas also. So the job seekers were there in cities also, who were in need of jobs. So these four reasons we have seen unemployment. Now, fifth, uh, another failure of the high poverty rates has been the huge income inequalities. Huge income inequalities, that means unequal distribution of unequal distribution of income. Means few people were getting the jobs. Green revolution means when the in agricultural field the scientific methods were used, new scientific methods were used, and due to new technology, the means agricultural production was increased by use of hyv seeds, high yielding seeds. Clear? That was termed as, in short I can say that this is a green revolution. Clear? When new scientific technology was introduced to increase the agricultural production and all. Clear? Apart from traditional means traditional work process, new modern technologies were used in the agricultural activities. hyv seeds was introduced, and these types of methods were used to just increase the agricultural production. Now, the third feature is unequal distribution of income. So, one of the major reasons of this is the unequal distribution of land and other resources. This is also that unequal distribution of land and other resources will be there. And if unequal distribution of land will be there, naturally, whatever production will be there on that particular land, that much only income they will be having. That shows that the unequal distribution was there, not only of income, but of unequal distribution of land and other resources was also there. Now, despite many policies, we have not been able to tackle the issue in meaningful manner. So, despite many policies were started just to stop this poverty or to reduce poverty, but then also it did not worked upon. Major policies initiated like land reforms, which aimed at this redistribution of assets in rural areas. Now, major policies started to means to initiate means initiative major policies initiatives like land reforms were introduced again. That is, redistribution of land was done, of the resources was done, valuable resources was done in rural areas, but have not been implemented properly. Though these policies uh, were these advantages were started in the rural areas, but then also it was not properly implemented. Implemented means it was not properly planned and executed, and effectively by most of the state governments. So it was not properly executed, effectively made, properly started in the most of the states of the government, and thus still the poverty means it remained, the unequal distribution remained the cause of the poverty. Since lack of land resources have been one of the major cause of poverty in India, proper implementation of policy could have improved the life of millions of rural poor. If this implementation of policies would this execution or application of different policies to decrease the poverty ratio have been properly implemented or executed, then surely it had improved the life of millions of rural poor. Clear? Now, many other socio-economic and socio-economic factors are also responsible. Now, this is the sixth main cause. Other socio-cultural and economic factors. Clear? This is the sixth. First, I said colonial rule. Second is growth rate of population. Third, low rate of economic development. Fourth, unemployment. Uh, Fifth, unequal distribution. Sixth, social factors. That is, other socio-cultural and economic factors are also responsible for the cause of poverty. Then, in order to fulfill social obligations and observe religious ceremonies, people in India, including very poor, spend a lot of money. Nowadays, you also are aware that in religious ceremonies, for the tradition, fulfillment of traditions and all, much money is spent on those ceremonies and traditions and all, on the festivals and all. So small farmers need money to buy agricultural inputs like seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. And the small farmers who need money to buy these agricultural inputs, uh, means where they need seeds, fertilizers, pesticides to increase their yield, to increase their production level in agricultural field. Uh, Poor people hardly have any savings. They do not have any savings for that, because whatever they are earning, they are using the same for their livelihood, for fulfillment of basic needs at least, and then nothing is left as savings for them, and that is why they had to borrow the money from other people just to fulfill or to observe these religious ceremonies. And that is why we can say that they are then unable to repay back to those money lenders, and they become victims of indebtedness. Now they becomes victims of indebtedness means they are in the condition of owing money to somebody else. So the high level of indebtedness is both the cause and effect of poverty. Clear this much? Yes, Pradeep Chaudhary, any problem? Pradeep Chaudhary, any problem? Unmute yourself. Okay, fine. Then now we continue. Understood till here all the causes of poverty? Okay, then now we'll start with anti-poverty measures. Now in anti-poverty measures means whatever measures were taken just to reduce the cause of poverty, or just to reduce the poverty ratio. Now, removal of poverty has been one of the major objectives of Indian development strategy. For Indian development, it has become the major policy to just remove the poverty from India. The current anti-poverty strategies of government is based broadly on two planks. That means on two strongholds. The current strategy, current policies of government is based on two main strongholds or strong pillars. That is promotion of economic growth. First of all, India has means the Indian government has made the target to promote the economic growth in the country. Second, it had targeted anti-poverty programs. Many anti-poverty programs have been started to remove poverty from India. So these are the two strongholds, we can say, from where the government wants to remove poverty from India. Now, over the period of 30 years, lasting up to early 80s, there were little per capita income growth and not much reduction in poverty. So, during over the period of 30 years, lasting up to 80 years, there was only little reduction in the poverty. Official poverty estimates, which were about 45% and early 1950s, 1950s, remained the same even in the early 80s. That is, only little bit decrease in the poverty, reduction in the poverty ratio was there, and that too it remains same for many years. Since the 80s, India's economic growth has been one of the fastest in the world. Now in 80s, 1980s, the economic growth has been very fast in the world. The growth rate jumped from the average of about 3.5% a year in 1970 to about 6% during the 1980s and 1990s. So this was the uh, growth rate of growth rate ratio is given from 1980s to 1990s. The higher growth rates have helped significantly in the reduction of poverty. So if the growth rate will be, economic growth rate will be more, then significant, it is obvious that the reduction of poverty will be there. Therefore, it is becoming clear that there is a strong link between economic growth and poverty reduction. That if economic growth will be there, then poverty reduction will automatically will be there, poverty will decline automatically. Then economic growth widens opportunity and provides the resources needed to invest in human development. Why this is so? Because economic growth widens opportunities, means gives the more and more opportunities, provides more and more opportunities to for the human development. This also encourages people to send their children, including girl child, to schools in the hope of getting better education. Better education. Then, however, the poor may not be able to take direct advantage from the opportunities created by economic growth, but then also due to economic growth, people can means at least send their children to school. Moreover, growth in the agricultural sector is much below expectations, but in agricultural sector, this economic growth is very less. This has a direct bearing on poverty, as a large number of poor people live in villages and are dependent on agriculture. As you are all aware that most of the Indian population depends on agriculture. That is why if there will be no growth in agricultural sector, that means people living in the villages where they are depending on the agriculture, the expectation, the poverty will be residing, will be continuing there. So in these circumstances, there is a clear need for targeted anti-poverty programs. Although there are so many schemes which are formulated to affect poverty directly or indirectly, some of them are worth mentioning. Now, these are the anti-poverty programs started at different levels to provide different facilities. Now, before I continue, please type present.